Hello, I'm Micks Mowers and Mower Man, and welcome to my channel. In today's video, did my LUBA make it through winter? Because all I did with my LUBA and my robotic lawnmower was just put it in its little tiny house, where it is now, put it in there, turned it off, shoved it in there and left it. So it's been out in the rain, the frost, minus 10 degrees temperatures, storms, we've had hurricanes, or not hurricanes, but gale force winds. We've had everything thrown at it, and I did nothing with it at all. So a real proper test for your robotic lawnmower, especially here in the UK, if it's any good. Now, all I've had to do so far is turn LUBA back on the button, the on button, and I just fired up the app. That's all I did. I even disconnected my RTK station, which is up on the top, up there. I turned that off, and that's been off all winter as well, because I don't need to cut the grass. So I have now literally just turned the RTK back on about 10 minutes ago, and hopefully that'll be picking up the satellites. And I've turned my LUBA back on. And that's all I've done. But the grass is quite wet, too wet for a decent mower to go on it anyway. So I thought, why not try and send out LUBA? So I'm just trying to connect to the old thing now. Now it may be that now should be, yeah, okay, that's now powered up. So why can't I need to try and connect this to my internet and try and connect my LUBA. Enter map, that's what the map says. Connect. So obviously you can't see what I'm doing on my phone. Just trying to connect to LUBA now via the RTK. So hopefully the RTK, now this may not work because I think I changed my Wi-Fi. So LUBA is offline, please check the network connection, confirm. So yeah, I think I need to connect it to my Wi-Fi because my Wi-Fi did actually change. So let me just hook up my Wi-Fi back up to my phone via my LUBA and see what happens. So I want me to do my password. So this will take me just a few seconds. I've got to find my password on my phone and what have you. So give 2 seconds. I'll just try and connect it. I'll come back to it as soon as I've done so. Right. So my LUBA, it wasn't doing anything. Well, that's the truth. But all I've done is I turned it back off, waited, I pushed the stop button a couple of times on the top, and then turned it on again and pushed start. It beeped at me. It went, no, can't start. You need to have a firmware update. So now it's doing a bit more stuff. Pip, come here. Done a bit more stuff. It's now flashing, which it wasn't doing beforehand. And now we've got a firmware update up to 43%, which is firmware update 1.94252 of 1.10.5.205. All sounds a bit technical, right? But pretty much all I've done so far is literally just turn, pulled it out because it was turned off anyway, turned it on, didn't like it, turned it off, hit the stop button a couple of times, it made it a bit sticky and dirty, and turned it back on and pushed for start, it beeped at me, it went, no. So now we're up to 63% on the firmware update. Let me get it updated and I'll come back to you once this firmware update has happened. The RTK is green and it's not flashing. Normally that flashes or it goes blue if it ain't doing what it should be doing. So this is quite slow, this update, because it hasn't updated in like 4 months. So let it do its thing. I'll come back to you in 2 minutes once it's finished updating and I'll tell you what's happened. And yeah, did my LUBA sit outside in the winter and will it work? Because if it did, that's pretty good, right? Sit outside in the freezing cold all winter and then you get asked to go to work and it goes. So hopefully it'll all work. But 69% on me Duda has 70% and we're nearly there. So give us 2 minutes, I'll be back. Right, so it now says upgrade succeeded. Okay, right. Oh, hang on. Firmware version does not match LUBA, so upgrade that firmware. So now my firmware on my phone doesn't match my LUBA, and it says my LUBA is offline. Confirm, which it is. It all shows offline, but that now should come back online once I turn my LUBA on. Pip, come here, darling. Because my LUBA's now not flashing. Let's turn my LUBA back on. Hold and push a button down. Is it on or off? That's off, right. So you can tell when it's off because you can push the LUBA quite freely, and that's when you know the LUBA's turned off. So let's turn that on. Beep, beep. I did have this problem before where the firmware didn't match. So now LUBA is now just going through the startup process. We've got a Wi-Fi signal now, so that's good. It didn't have that before. Yeah, Wi-Fi's coming now. I'm just waiting for the, we're 89% on my LUBA. Wi-Fi's a bit low. But we're just now waiting for the RTK to come in, because the RTK, it needs to have an RTK signal on the LUBA to tie it in, and at the moment we don't have no RTK, no positioning. So we need to have that. Can I enter the map? I can now enter the map. Right, so now we've got a bit of signal and we've got positioning. That's now all on. So now, by rights, we should be able to enter the map, right? Let's have a little look here. It says to set it to Mow. So that's a task. Positioning LUBA, yeah. Tasks 1. Let's have a look here. So it's got all my stuff there now, and start to generate the area 1. Right, come out of there, Mick, because this is new now. So cut and height 60. Let's start it. Please select area. Please select. Let's say that's a please select a task area. Right, area. LUBA is not ready. I didn't think it would be. So some things have changed. It says manual, so I can move the LUBA manually. I don't want to do that. Don't want to add. Don't want to edit. This has changed. Tasks. Loading tasks. Area 1. All. Oh, okay. Let's go back. Start. Please select tasked area. Frequency, just mow once. Mow once. So it has changed. Path configuration. LUBA is not ready. So I have hit some stumbling blocks. It is not easy. Let me figure this out. I'll come back to you. It just says, let's do a preview. Please select a tasked area. So area, it might be that LUBA has actually lost its map, because it's been turned off for so long. Path configuration, LUBA's not ready. Cut and height, yeah, I can change the cut and height, that's no problem. See, it's not actually return to charge. Let's just set LUBA back in its house, because sometimes that will help. So LUBA now goes back in, so we know LUBA is actually working. All right, in LUBA goes. That's now back in its house. But the thing that concerns me, it says 89%, and yeah, it's not back in. It's not actually in its little home. See how it come out? So it might not know where it is. So it's going to fine adjust. Last time Pip saw this, she was a puppy and she hated it. Let's see now if it might want the connections just cleaned, because it's not actually flicking charging. So I might, yeah, see how it's pushing back? So it's not actually charging itself. So what I might have to do a bit of cleaning on the contacts, because if it can't find itself on the docking station, then you're going to have problems. See how it keeps going back? You go in there, that should have connected, and that green light should be flashing. It'll push back again in a minute. There you go, pushing back, so it's not connecting. So let me do a bit of cleaning and I'll come back to you in 2 seconds. Right, so I think it's actually me. The app has changed, obviously, over the months. So now, when you get to this bit, let me come out of here. Right, so this is the area on, right? So it says tasks. So I want to enter the map, and it says mow. Brings the area up, as you can see. It says mow. I'm going to mow that. Tasks. All, and it's up there confirm. So now we're confirming. So now it's started to figure it out. Start. LUBA is self-checking. Front bumper all okay. Battery's okay. Next. So now, by rights, my LUBA should now do its thing. Bearing in mind, this has been sat for months and months and months. So it'd be interesting to see how far around the edge it will actually do, because the RTK may literally have moved slightly. So I may have to remap it. Now something doesn't quite sound right with LUBA. It's got a little humming noise. Let me just see what's going on underneath LUBA. It's got a little tiny humming noise. I'm going to stop it, tip lube up onto its bum and just double check, see what's going on. Yeah, there's a bit of stuff in here. So just going to pull the key out of Luba, which means it'll be completely dead. Right, there's a key. And there's just a little tiny bit of stuff, grass from last year, which is just caught up in there. So we'll have all that out. You help him, Pip. Minding your fingers on the little razor blades, of course. That all seems okay. Now, I actually used my Luba quite a bit last year, to be fair. Now, they did also bring out its water resistancy level had dropped because, I don't know, it just said it wasn't as waterproof as they said it was originally. Right, let's now see. I need to put new blades on here, so I'll be doing a video very soon on how to change the blades on these, because it come with spare blades. Right, that's a bit better. So let's put the key back in and we'll start Luba back up. So let's go back onto the app now. Back onto the app to confirm it's okay to carry on, because it would have come up with a problem. Now it says check RTK, because I have actually moved Luba. So we've got signal, got battery, yeah, got RTK back now. So now we're going to go back onto Mow tasks, all, and we're going to confirm that, and we'll start it. Luba's not ready, of course it's not. There's a problem with Luba again now. So it's just a bit, no Wi-Fi, that'd be why. Wi-Fi says it's fine on there. Wi-Fi's back now. Mow, task, loading task, all areas, confirm, start. Luba's not ready. Why isn't Luba ready? Now I know what you're thinking, all this faffing about. All this faffing about, is it really worth it? Now Luba should be ready. Mow. But once it's set up, it was a really, really good machine. Right, so I think all it was is it's saying Luba's actually outside of a tasked area. See, it's outside of green, so I'm gonna need to move it back in to the manual side, so it knows, it says it's out of its tasked area. Now generally the best way to combat this is to put Luba all the way out and then to send Luba home to recharge. And then that way, by sending Luba back to recharge, what generally happens is it can resync itself back in again. My dog hates this lawnmower, hates it. So we're going to send Luba back. Now Luba currently still not is charging, but it may just be a software update issue I need to have a look at, and need to take the RTK system apart just to make sure it is actually going to start to charge. If it doesn't charge it, then it's no good to me. So Luba's now going to come back and try and get into its little tiny house. And once it finds its house, which it currently can't do, so it thinks its house is there, you see, it's not, but it should find it. It struggles. It's just where the RTK might have just slightly moved throughout the winter. Once it finds it, it'll just line itself up. And on the map it'll show it going back into its house, you see. Right, the charging station seems to have been moved. The charging station has been moved, please relocate. RTK reference station has been moved. Please reset the RTK reference. Okay, confirmed. So I'm going to reset the RTK. So I think that's what the problem was. Right, Mrs. People, a nice cup of coffee. Now, I'm not going to lie to you. I'll tell you the truth, because that's what I believe. I did have to delete the map. Okay, and I did have to remap it, which I've got videos on how to map these out. They're not overly hard. Just remember, you've got to do your no-go zones and any channels. But I have videos on there. Just punch in LUBA Micks Mowers in your search and it'll come up, okay? But now, my Luba is down here, Here's my luberizer. There it is now. So I hold my cup of coffee in one hand and phone in the other. So now I have just remapped my garden area out, and also my my no-go zone. So one by the magnolia tree and one by the drain. So now, if I now go to the mow setup, tasks, all, confirm, start, all okay, push next. Now LUBA by rights should do its thing. Blades are started up, sounds better because I had that noise beforehand where it's just dirty underneath. But now LUBA should now only follow the complete new mapping area, which is the same as last time. Come here, Pip, darling. Good girl. Pip. But I've just mapped out. So now, will my LUBA now work? Now, the only problem I do now have is at the moment my docking station is saying it's not charging, but that might just be I have to disconnect it, turn it all off, give it a good clean up, take the key out, all that sort of stuff. Just scratch some surfaces up just so my LUBA will actually charge. Because if it don't charge, it ain't no good. I'll be getting hold of my motion and saying, you gave me one of these mowers as a review, and I had done some good updates on these, new wheels and stuff. So, you know, I try and do an honest review to say that if you, I mean, these machines, they're not that cheap, right? They're not. I got mine for free, right? I was a lucky boy. But in all fairness, if they're not going to work, then they're not going to work. They're no good. But should I bought it in over winter? I don't know. Maybe I should have done. But, you know, I don't think I'm the only person that didn't. But we'll see, right? So, whilst LUBA is doing what it's doing, I'm going to change my battery in my camera because my camera's about to die, it's on about 10%. And by that time, LUBA will have gone around the edge. So I'll bring you around for when that LUBA gets to the really heavy stuff. So 2 seconds, I'll be back. About to get into some really heavy stuff, which hasn't been cut all winter. So as you can see, it's all been mapped out. Come on, Pip, good girl. It's all been mapped out. So hopefully they won't hit nothing. We'll see. There's a bit of string there, I didn't move a bit of string, but you know, my garden is full of hazards, it's a family garden. But look how thick this grass is. Man, you can't even see LUBA. Yeah? So, will LUBA cope with that or not? Now, LUBA's gonna have to take about 4 or 5 passes at this to get it all done properly, get it all down and managed. But yeah, it's getting there, it's cutting it. Now, the idea what I use my LUBA for is just for weekly management. If I ain't got time to mow the lawn because I'm busy working nights, bits and pieces, I can just set LUBA up, go and cut the grass, and away it goes. But now it's all set up. So in all honesty, it wasn't the biggest pain in the arses to do. However, I did have to do a software update, which you expect. It's been out of commission for like 4 or 5 months. And I think I had the added problem of changing my Wi-Fi as well. There's Mrs. P. Look, Mrs. P's making dinner. Say hi, Mrs. P. I don't think I can see you. Ooh. There she is, she's in there. So Mrs. P's in there cooking dinner. Ryder boy will be home very, very soon. So yeah, the problems I had is I changed the Wi-Fi during the winter because my Sky Wi-Fi went down. I moved over to ultra fast broadband or something, and so I had to have a new router. So that's probably one thing why it didn't work. Maybe because I unplugged it throughout the entire winter. Oh, left it outside. Although the plugs were, well, it was all covered up, but to be fair, LUBA has actually fired up quite well, done its business. Riley's home, I can hear him. That's his reversing siren on the school bus. So he'll be out here in 2 seconds. So I had that problem, the software update problems and what have you. But in all fairness, it is doing what it says it would do. It is there, look, it's working. So, need to get hold of my motion and say, why isn't the thing charging up, guys? It could just be, it wants just a bit of a sandpapering off, a little brass contact. So I get a bit of fine sandpaper out and I'll just sand them up, because if LUBA don't charge up, it ain't no good. So they might have to send me a new docking station. Maybe, if I can't fix it, but you know, we'll have a look, see what happens. But LUBA is currently running around the lawn They always do the outside perimeter first, and I've got mine set up to run it twice. So once it's gone round the perimeter twice, it'll then start going up and down. But it's just to take the tops off, just get it managed. So I'll probably set LUBA out to work as long as it charges. I'll send LUBA out to work nearly every day just to get the grass down, because my brown bin, my grass cutting is actually full up, so that's no good. But LUBA is working, it is cutting. It's not the fastest of machines, but that's the idea. The idea is to have a cup of coffee whilst you're mowing and let LUBA do the work for you. Now LUBA does actually have a brand new mower out. I may get hold of them, see if I can get hold of one to test that one out, because they've changed the wheels on the front and the back, I think now, different wheels on them, and they're not quite so robust. But this one I've had for now just over a year, and I use it a lot. Trust me, I use it a lot. Especially in the summer months when it's barbecue time. If they decide to have a barbecue lastminute.com, 8:30 at night, we'll have a barbecue tomorrow, I just set LUBA out, and when Mrs. P says, can you go and mow the garden for the barbecue, I go, it's already been done, sweetheart, it's done, you know, modern man. So Rider Boy is about, he'll be out in a minute. You'll see him, and then we'll go from there. I've got a bit of stuff on my feet. So yeah, he'll be out in a minute. You know what he's like, managing director, where is he? He'll be out in a minute, you won't see, he'll be out in a minute. Are you there, Riley? So he comes flying out in a minute. So yeah, hopefully the season is about to open up. We've got a bit of bad weather coming in, that's a certainty. We've got high winds coming in at the moment, and not very nice weather, but hopefully we'll start to dry up, because my garden's absolutely nowhere near ready for a cylinder mower. Who's that? Who's that? It's you. Say hi, guys. There he is. See, I haven't sold him off. He is still here. Look, there he is.
What are you recording?
I'm just doing. What's behind you?
What?
What's behind you?
Over here.
No, behind you. That's LUBA. LUBA's working again. Daddy got LUBA working. Yeah. So we've got LUBA working, and hopefully, yeah, it'll be good. So I'll come back in a day or two just to let you know how I'm getting on with it. But I might even try and put this video on to tomorrow and just show what it actually did, how it did it, and show you some results. But yeah, so there you go. That's the sort of stuff that I've been having to deal with in trying to get my LUBA up and running and working, which it currently is now. It is now doing it. So LUBA's now just done a full circle in I don't know, what, the 5 minutes I've been yakking. It's now done a full circle, and it's now starting to make its way back to the docking station, where it will either go off and do its own cut now, once it's finished, the boundary, or it'll go around and do 2 boundaries. Let's see what it does. I've got a funny feeling it's just going to go off and do its own thing. We'll see. So technically that's it. That's now, it's made its markup of where it needs to be, and what it normally does, it now just shoots off somewhere and goes and starts to cut. So yeah, the cut isn't brilliant, guys, because obviously, you know, it's only a little lawnmower, but the more you use this thing, Pip hates it. Pip absolutely hates this mower. The more you use it, the better cut it gets. You know, the idea is for you not to do it yourself, but it is cutting. It definitely is cutting. It is cool, isn't it?
Daddy,
Yeah.
what happened to your lawnmower?
What happened to my lawnmower?
Yeah.
My lawnmower is over there under the table. Yeah.
How's the robot?
Money feet.
How's the robot?
Yeah, it's a robot mower. Yeah, it's a robot mower. Nothing. Pip absolutely hates it. Hates it with a passion. So what's it going to do? Is it going to shoot off and do its own thing, or is it going to go around twice? It looks like it's going to do a second boundary line by the looks of it. Hi, Pip. And we'll see how we get on. See what it does. There you go. So yeah, it's going to go around a second time now. But it's got about 80% on the charge. Now my concern is that it's actually not going to go back to its station at about 10% before it runs out of charge. Now it might just be that the battery needs to be dropped down a touch before it realises it needs to be charged up. But we'll see what happens when I send it back home.
Is it home?
Yeah, in this little house over there. When I send it back home to do its little tiny thing, we'll see what happens. It might just be that it just needs a little bit of time just to sort itself out before the battery will actually charge up. It was topped up before I put it away. Maybe I should have ran it down a bit flatter. Maybe I don't know. But I didn't, you know what I'm like for instructions. I didn't do it. So there's another hard bit LUBA's coming to now. Down through here. That will take it 3 or 4 times to actually get through it. That's quite thick stuff, that is. That's about 6-7 inches tall, that stuff. But it will knock it down. Just keep mulching it, keep going over it. See, it is cutting it. It is cutting it. You can hear it. And that's on the highest setting. So Lube will be working away for about the next 2 or 3 weeks, get my garden down, get it managed, and then hopefully we can get the garden back to where it needs to be, so I can then start to use cylinder mowers on it and what have you. But yeah, I got Lube purely because the robotic mower industry is big, and I have, by the looks, we've got hold of a company that want to send me a fully remote controlled one, which you have to sit out and do it yourself, but it do it via remote control. So that could be cool to watch and set that up. It is cool, isn't it? So there we go, quick little video there. I will come back tomorrow to show you how Luba got on and if it charged up or not. If it didn't charge up, you need to get hold of Motion and say to them, I just fired my Luba up, done a review for you, and your docking station don't work. So you know it needs to be right. It needs to work right. It needs to be right. So there you go. I'll come back to you tomorrow, which will be 3 or 4 seconds for you guys.
And me.
And Riley. Oh, you'll be at school. Oh. Yeah, you'll be at school, buddy. And yeah, 3 or 4 seconds for you guys, and then sort of 24 hours for me. And we'll see you later on. So say bye, guys.
Bye, guys.
That's it. So I haven't sold him. He's still here. He just he's been at school. He's been busy. So right, see you in a bit. Bye. Okay, so my little Luba has been busy cutting, and it's just about to go off into its garage now. It's just completed its first cut for today, and it's just about to back up. Now I have just cleaned the back couple of brass terminals on the back of the Luba, and also just inside on the garage there's 2 brass terminals there, because my Luba was not actually charging. And by cleaning them up, now when Luba goes into its little tiny garage, it'll dock, and you can see the light is now flashing as it should do. So now Luba is now working as it should do, and also charging. So first out of the box, where I've had Luba now about 11 months, and it's been working constantly, apart from obviously during the winter months where it's just too wet to cut, and my garden is still too wet to cut with a standard mower because they're too heavy. But the Luba has been doing a fantastic job on the lawn. Some nice stripes, because Luba's always done quite good stripes on the lawn anyway. But the grass itself, that is taken off. Let me show you down here. Come on, Pip. Let me show you just down here. You can see where Luba's been cutting. The type of grass it's knocking off. You know, it is taking some serious grass off. Now, admittedly, the Luba doesn't go right to the edge. Still got a string round. But where it's been cutting, as you can see, it's been taking it down. So once this grass has been collected up or died off, you've got to agree that it's done a good job. Now this is about the 3rd cut it's done over the course of about 2 or 3 days, and it's done a really good job actually. Come on, Pip. It's done a really good job. So the problems I had with getting Luba straight out of the garage after winter was, 1, the terminals are a bit dirty. And need a bit of a clean. 2, the charging issue. But then, as I say, I left it out all winter. All winter. So it's been out in the freezing cold, in the rain, in the wind, everything. But what I'm thinking of doing is moving Luba just literally this season, when I get sorted out, is to put Luba in this corner. I'm going to move this bit of decking, this seating arrangement. I'll put Luba right in the corner there, so it shuts you out the elements. On a net channel through here, so it come out of this bay and start cutting here. So you can see how wet the ground is, where Luba's been just doing some turning. The ground is so wet, but that'll all grow back. As I say, it's just purely because it is just so wet. We've had like 3 months of rain continuously, and the lawn is nowhere near ready for a decent cut. If I put a big hater on here or something like that, oh man, it'd just chew it up. Just by pushing some of the roller mowers up and down, oh, phone's ringing, up and down, it's just not happening. So, see if someone's ringing me up. It's my mate Pete. 2 seconds. All right, Pete, I'm just doing a video, buddy. Can I ring you back in 2 minutes?
Yeah, you carry on.
Cool. You're on the video now, mate. So they can hear you. Say hi, everybody. So there you go. See you. Well, I'll ring you back in a minute, Pete. All right. See you, mate. That's my mate Pete. He'll be back in a minute. So, one of the problems I did have with the RTK and software update issue where the because I hadn't used it for like 3 months, the software was out of date. Now, there's two things you need to remember when using LUBA, is that once you've updated the software on LUBA, you then have to sort of download that software to the LUBA. So you have to update your app, is what I'm saying. Update your app. Once your app has been updated, you can then send that update to LUBA, and then LUBA will then download that software. Pip, come here. Update that software and embed it into the LUBA. Once that's done, your LUBA should be good to go. So I did have a few pairing issues, but now LUBA is now charging, and I can send LUBA out as many times as I like now, no problem at all. So that's good. But on a more positive note, LUBA have actually, or Momotion have actually just contacted me. They now want to send me the newest updated version, which is the LUBA 5000 Mark II. Different set of wheels. It's got cameras, onboard cameras now. It's got voice activation sort of speakers on there. So it's got quite a few updates. So Momotion want to send me the brand spanking new LUBA, which has come out, and I've agreed to review that one as well. So that's cool. So that'll be coming up in the next video soon. Once that turns out, I don't know how long it'll be, but I'll have another LUBA, which I can then put them head to head and see how they differ, see what the updates are, because there was quite a few updates with this LUBA. I had a few issues with it, I've got to admit, but the issues were literally software issues where I had to download bits and pieces like that. So in all, I've had the mower 7 months. No, sorry, 11 months. I've had the mower 11 months, and in all fairness, if I had to give it like a mark in a reading out of 10, it's got to be a good solid 8.5, 9, right? It's got to be, because it does exactly what it says on the tin, right? It does exactly what it says on the tin. It cuts your grass. There's next to no damage. This has been mowed 4 times in the space of 2 days. 4 times. Now, even with the scuffing of the lawn, right? Bearing in mind, right? That's just flattened grass. That's all it is. It's not, the grass isn't dead there. And this is where I walk all the time coming on through. So that bit of grass there, that will come back. It will come back. But the ground is just so wet. So that's just something you need to consider. If you've got a normal lawnmower, which is quite heavy, that would just chew this lawn up. I don't even like walking on the lawn because of how wet it is. I like to cut my grass with a cylinder mower as well, as you all know. So, would I recommend a LUBA to you? As a home user, yeah, I would. But I would say you got to have the right mower for task. Now they do about 3 different sizes, and I would recommend getting the smaller one if you have a small garden. This is the big one, and this can handle some serious acreage. If you've got more than one lawn within your property, the LUBA is fantastic because it will actually cut one lawn, stop, travel to the next, and then move on to the next lawn. So yeah, in that respect, absolutely brilliant. So there you go. So that's the LUBA, the Mark I version. I mean, there's now 3 LUBAs now. But they're going to send me the newest one out, which has got, like I say, with this onboard camera, which you can actually now link your phone to it as well. So you can actually watch your camera too. So what you can do is you can send LUBA out, right? Let's just say you want to mow the lawn and you're not at work. You can just send your LUBA out, link up to it. You can drive it around the lawn, make sure there's nothing silly in the way, anything like that, or any concerns. And then send LUBA to work, and you can actually watch it cutting as well. So that's kind of cool, if you like that sort of thing. So there you go. So LUBA version 3 or 2 is coming out, the newest version, LUBA 5000. That'll be coming out. I think that's LUBA 3000. So that'll be coming out very, very soon. Hopefully they're going to send it to me and go from there. And I've got 1 or 2 other machines which people want to send me, which are a bit different as well. So check out that. That'll be coming soon. But yeah, the LUBA Motion over there in this little garage, just charging now. I'll probably set this back out again, probably tonight, just to, as I say, the grass was about 7 inches long in places, so it just really wants a darn good cut. So I'll just keep cutting it, and eventually once this better weather gets here, I can then get a cylinder roller mower on here, and we'll be good to go. So there you go. I'm also going to be doing a video on the blade changing, because LUBAs needs to have new blades put on it. Now, Momotion LUBA did actually send me some brand new blades, a big pack of blades, if I can find them in my shed somewhere. And I've done a mini service on my LUBA, so check out a video coming out soon on how to service your LUBA, because it is important, because we did change the water resistance to it a little while ago. I'm just watching my dog because she likes to do certain things around the garden. So there you go, a quick little video there for Micks Mowers and Mower Man. Hope you did enjoy it. If you did, hit the old subscribe button, whack the old bell, set notifications to all. That way you'll be told next time I upload a video. And I look forward to seeing you girls and guys next time very, very soon. But until then, don't forget, much more importantly, take it easy.